welcome to my channel. I'm Julie with Bookshelf by Julie. Today we're doing our sip and craft. I've got green tea and our needlebook covers. Okay, so today what I'm going to do is this. I did a couple of the little woven roses. I thought we would practice our new stitches, okay? So we're going to do our couching or tacking stitch, and then we're going to do our woven rose. Now I did some chain stitches to make it look like there were some leaves around there, right? Like so. Now I'd already done the stem stitch around here, but what I'm going to do here is do the couching stitch around here. You might say, well, that's awkward. It's really not. Couching stitch is super simple and easy. You just have to make sure you've got enough thread from start to finish. So, and then you can just tack it down wherever you want it to be. So I'm going to do that around here, and we're going to do a woven rose here. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. So let's do it. Now, if you remember, that was my example, and this is the one that we did on the video. That was on the video where I was introducing the new journal kit. Okay, so let's move this out of the way. These are turning out so cute. I mean, really. Okay. So, wrong one. Wrong one. Get it in gear here. Okay. So let's go ahead and do the couching or tacking stitch first, because it's just the easiest. We're just going easy first. Well, the other one's easy too, I'm just saying. We're just going to do the couching one first, because it's a thing I'm going to do first. So what I'm going to do is start here at the bottom, and I'm going to do this. You see there's two rings around. I'm going to do the outside one. If you have a pattern on any of your fabric, you can do this, okay? It's just following, you know, just go around. Now, with me, I like to do this. You can do it however you wish, but for me, I want to lay it on here and make sure it's going to go around there the way I want it to. And then I'll bring it back in without pulling it any further, okay? So we're just going to make sure it goes around through there, because that's where we're going to tack it, right? Like so, like so. Okay, so I'm going to hold it here, and then I'm going to go right back in here, okay? Just make sure you hold this strand of thread so that you don't pull it further in than you want to. Okay, like that. Okay, so we're just going to tack it now. We're just going to tack it like so. Right there. And like I said, when we were doing those, when I introduced that, you can do it further apart if you'd like. I like to go 1/4 to 1/2 inch. I wouldn't go any further than 1/2 inch, okay? Because it seems like that makes it too flimsy or floppy or something, you know. Now, there we go. Our first tacking stitch done. Or couching, however you want to call that. I don't care. To me, it's just I'm tacking it down. So, there you go. It's kind of hard to see and make sure I'm staying in camera so you can see at the same time. So, just saying, it may take me a second to get those in there. When you're not having to worry about where the camera is and shot angles and stuff, it'd be a lot easier, just saying. Okay. I think it's a really pretty one, and you can do lots of things with it. You could do, like if you were doing this, you get your strand in there and go ahead and tie it off, you could actually come back with a different color thread to tack it down with. Now, wouldn't that be pretty? It would. I know stuff. So, but for now, we're just going to do our regular little tacking, and we're going to use the same color. So, there. Okay. Just simply going around. Don't let this get too fluffy on you. You want it to stay flat, okay? Okay. Sometimes I think of this one as sort of a cheater stitch because, I mean, you know, it's kind of so easy till, you know, and you can cover a lot of ground with it. You can. So, just saying. The only real drawback, I guess, is that it could get snagged easier than some other stitches. But really, I mean, any stitch can get snagged. You've got the running stitch that it could get snagged on stuff, right? Okay, so, yeah. But if you do the ones and you put it really far out, like if you go an inch or more or something like that, that could be a real problem with snagging and such. Okay. Yep, just kind of give it a little tug. Now, when you're doing circles, they're a little bit different than doing just a wavy line. I had to get a sip. Because you do, well, circle, oval, whatever you want to call it. You just have to make sure you've got enough thread and that you're keeping it a little bit taut, not tight, but taut, okay? So, yeah, I think it's really pretty to do that. So, just a nice, simple, easy little craft today. There we go. We're just going to give it that gentle tug to keep it taut. This is a really good one to use for so many different things. Just like so. Okay. And yeah, it takes a minute. Anything that you're going to do with stitching is going to take a minute. You're going to have to, you know, be patient. It teaches us stuff, right? If we're patient, we come out with something really, really pretty. Just a little bit of tacking here and a little bit there. Sometimes it's nice to just sit in the quiet and just do a little bit of crafting, right? I think it is. It's peaceful. Okay. Now, especially going around the shorter curve, like here, you want to get your stitches, keep them a little bit tighter even. You want to make sure you don't, let it get floppy on you. So, circles and curves and things, but that's, to me, what this stitch is for. I mean, you could use the stem stitch I did on this one. It looks nice. But, this one, maybe it's just the control you can get. Maybe, because you can get a lot of good control with this stitch. Okay. Yep. The curves, the tighter the curve, the more you're going to have to try to exert more control, okay? And that's right, and that's true for any stitch though, because you've got back stitches you could use for this. You've got stem stitch, all those things. You just want them to stay on the line you're trying to make, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Yeah. Just going around through there. Yep, it's good to follow a pattern. Excuse me. If you have a fabric that's got a pattern in it already, then it's really good to follow a pattern with this. Okay. Yeah, if you've got a wavy line and you know it could get a little bit hinky, this one is your go-to, I think. Okay. Okay. We're almost there, guys. Have you been practicing your stitches? Let me know. Since I've been doing this series, I've been practicing mine a lot. Just about daily for sure, trying to prep for videos. But that's okay. When you're doing something that you really like doing, it's okay. It's all good. Yep, just peacefully, quietly doing a few stitches. If you notice, each time just about I'm going to give it that little bit of a tug to make sure this strand is staying where I want it and not getting bunched up anywhere, because that can happen if you don't keep it sort of straightened out as you go. Okay. Come on now. Just that gentle tug. I think this turns out so pretty. It looks kind of like a little, I don't know, a naughty vine or something like that. I don't know. Something like that, right? Okay. I've got a little bit of extra thread there, so I'm going to go through and do a little bit of this. If you have some extra, you know, just give it a little bit of extra tugging here. Kind of, if I can't get it to do that, I can pull it back through the other side. That's a good thing about this stitch. It's very forgiving. Better to have too much than not enough. So, just saying. And if we go through here and pull this around, we can fix it on the other side. There we go. Just give it a little tug. And there you go. Okay, so now we've got all that done. So what I'm going to do on the other side to tie it off, as soon as I get my needle to behave. Okay. Is I'm going to take this, because it had that little extra, you know, and I'm going to go ahead and give that a good tug. Yep. And then I'm going to tie it off back here. Or just Make sure I'm not doing anything on the front, because that's a thing, right? Okay. And there we go. It's a nice, quiet little craft along. Okay. Isn't that pretty? Just really pretty. Okay, so we're going to go over here and we're just going to do our, I think right here, because that's, you know, space available, right? We're going to do, I kind of like to do it that way, just an X and put an extra line in there somewhere. So we get our stitches sort of the same-ish. Will we make it that big or not? I don't know, but I can take the lines off if I don't, because I got that cool little, you know, the heat thingy. But we're going to do our woven rows now. So we're going to put our straight lines in at an angle, of course, and then we'll put we'll start weaving it. You're just going to put your straight lines in and unknot your thread, because, you know, that happens. Like I said, if you ever get a knot, which if you do this, you will, just put your needle through the loop and pull, because then it will unknot. One side or the other will slide, because it's just a slip knot. Okay. Get our 5 stitches in. You could do 3, you could do 7. Just keep it on the odds, I think. It works best for me anyways, if you keep it on the odds. And if you didn't see that video where I introduced the new journal kit and then showed these stitches, you'll have to go back and watch that one. Because I went into a lot of detail on how to do this. So, yeah. And it came out really pretty, even on camera. I mean, gosh. That's the thing. Sometimes, you know, on camera, it just makes things complicated. Okay, I'm going to come up right through here and start weaving. Now, since we're doing weaving with our stitches, did you know you could do that with other stitches too? Just saying. We're going to go over and under. Come on. All the way around and around and around, over and under. I turn my needle backwards because that works for me. If you want to keep your needle straightwards, then do that. I find myself trying to, I don't know, my needle seems to catch the fabric when I've got it with the point going through. And I don't want to catch the fabric. I'm just weaving. I'm not going through the fabric at all. Just simply weaving. So, and then it just, you know, it magically makes a rose, right? It does. Because you keep going around through there, you're going to have a rose. Or not. Come along, you. Pop out. Okay. Now. Yep. You get threads do tangle, but you know, we will patiently work with that, okay? There to there. If it, you know, worries you a little bit, use a thimble, and then the needle won't poke you. Generally, I find that if the needle starts poking me a little bit, I'll ease off it. You know, I'll just back off of that. But, yeah, until you get used to it, just use a thimble. I like the leather ones. I used to use them in quilting a lot. Let's see if I've got one in my little tub here. Yeah, this one. I like these. They fit right on your finger really well, and they last for an age. I've got some that are just almost worn out, but they're leather and they have a little bit of elasticy stuff here. They just kind of after a while mold to your finger, and they're nice. They're just enough to, they're not the big heavy metal ones or anything like that. I don't know, I like them. So when I need a thimble, that's what I use. But that's from the, you know, the old days of when I was doing quilting. But that's okay. We can use, I'm a multi-crafter, okay? So I'll use something from this craft or that craft in the next craft, and it all works. I think it does. Okay. See how our rose is just magically forming? Yeah. It just magically happens because we're weaving. We're weaving. Just keep going over and under till you get it as big as you want it to be. I may not want this one to be as big as I made those lines, but I wanted you to see the lines, so. But we'll weave a little bit more. Let's see. Don't pull it too tight either. You want it to be a little snug, but not tight. Okay. Just keep going over and under, over and under. You just think that in your mind. Over and under, you know? And then you'll magically, in a minute, have a rose. It's needle magic, right? I know, I'm being weird, but hey, 'tis what it is. Okay. When it does get bigger, you kind of do have to, with me, I use the tip of my my needle to kind of find, there's one there, so I'm going over and going under that one. You just kind of feel your way through that because you can't hardly see where the points are after a while. So over that one and under this one. Okay. All right. Okay, I'm going to come along now. What's going on? I'm going to fix that. Or if I can't fix it, I'm going to pull that back out and just end it there because I was ready to end it anyways. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So, yep, like so. And I want to go right back in here, right up and under the rows. And if I have some lines left over, I will use my handy dandy, you know. Come on, you. There's that little knot that won't go away. I don't know why. It's trying to be difficult and ornery. Okay. Well, definitely has a problem. Okay. Well, so I'll show you how to fix it. When you have an ornery little problem like that, yep, I'll have to get it off this side too. When you have a problem like that, you get rid of it. Okay? So if I've got my hip, oh, I've got this thing is so handy dandy. I really like it. For threading a needle, there's nothing better, I don't think. Okay, so we're just going to put this thread right up through there. Sure we are. And thread the needle. Then, as long as we can get this back through here, right, like so. And then we pull it through on this side. Cool, huh? Okay, this time we don't have enough to do our little cheater knot, so we're gonna have to tie it, which is fine. It's fine. I'm separating the threads. I've got a 6-strand, of course, so I'll take 3 on one side, 3 on the other side, and tie a double knot, and then tie another one just because I'm me. Because, yeah, that's the way it goes. Okay, now, okay, let me get that out of the way. Put this away because, yeah, get that out of the way. And I want to make my little leaves before, so I don't forget, right? Okay. I'm going to just do some detached chains, and whatever doesn't get covered up, don't worry about it. Take it off with the heat, or that's what I'm going to do. It's just a little bitty rose. It's so cute. And we have to give it a leaf, right? I think we do. Because, you know, why not? So let's do more than one. I think I did, let me see, I did 3. So let's do 3, because that's cute. And we definitely want to be cute, right? I think so. Okay. Now, I want the middle leaf to be, now this is just me, you don't have to do it that way. I want the middle leaf to be a little bit longer than the others. So, like so. Detached chains are fun to use this way. You can just do so much with them. Okay. Like so. And then we're going to do another little short leaf here. Super cute. Awesome. Now I'm going to do one on the other side too because, well, why not, right? Roses have leaves on the other side, huh? Maybe I'll just do two over here, just to be different, right? You can use your stitches lots of different ways. Oh yeah, I was saying, since we're weaving things, I don't know where I left that sentence, but anyways, with me, you never know. I might show you some more weaving. You can weave in between all kinds of stitches. I mean, you know, it's a thing. You can. And it's pretty. It makes the stitch a little more pronounced, I guess. It makes it, and if you wanted to do like a stitch in one color and then weave with another color, that's awesome too. Like I was talking about with the tacking stitch, because, you know, you can do that. Okay, let's see. I've got to get these lines off. There's a few around the edge. Wow, we must have been here for a while. My tea's getting a little bit not warm. You see that? There's a few lines around the edge that I'm going to take off right here and right there. But isn't that pretty? It's just a woven rose. And just super cute. Okay. I'm going to let this heat up a little bit, and then what I'll do is I'll turn it over here, because that's a little dimensional, if you can tell. It's got a little bit of dimension to it, and this has a little less dimension. Heat comes either way. I mean, you know, it's a thing. Let's see if it heats up pretty quick. I don't know if it's heated up that much yet, but we'll see. We'll see. This is silicone, so I'm not ironing on a, you know, thing I shouldn't be ironing on. The ironing mat is better, but I'm just needing to get those little lines off because, you know, yeah. Oh, they're gone. Let's see. Yep, they're gone. That's enough. Turn that off. Okay, now, see, lines are gone, and it's all pretty. Super cute. Okay, awesomely awesome. You guys go and make you some of these. Use this stitch, use this stitch, use all the stitches. We've got a lot of stitches that we've done now. From our simple beginnings all the way down to here. Come on, we've done a lot. And we've got more to do. There's more. We will do them a little at a time. We've been building this. Come on, we started out with this, you know? And we've done just so much. So, little by little, inch by inch, you know, that's what we're doing. Make you something pretty today. You guys take care. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. TTFN.